Welcome to the literature session. The chapter for today is Chapter 2 Hanuman and I by Rupa Gupta. Rupa Gupta, a senior editor with a leading educational publishing house based in Delhi, is a published author of around 30 children's books, including novels, short stories, graphic novels, pictures book and educational books, of which several have won literary awards. Dear children, we all dream of performing lead or at least one important role on the stage in our annual day. Annual day is one of the biggest and most awaited day for each and everyone in the school. Preparations had begun for the school annual day and two plays were to be staged. The senior section was to enact The Merchant of Venice and the junior section was to enact the story of Hanuman. And everybody was so excited for this big day and the preparations. The author was so excited about the play. She hoped with all her heart that the drama teacher would include her in the cast. This was going to be her first chance, but she was very confident that she would give a brilliant performance on the stage. She thought that Radhika, the prettiest girl in her class, would certainly get the role of Sita, and since the author was shorter than Radhika, she could not hope to be Rama. So the author thought she would be Lakshmana then, and started imagining herself as Lakshmana, and carried a bow and arrow on her shoulder, and started imagining herself giving a brilliant performance. She thought her parents are going to be proud of her. The author was terribly disappointed when her drama teacher offered her a role of a monkey in the Vanasena. She asked the teacher if she could get the role of Hanuman, but the teacher refused to give her the role of Hanuman, and she was really upset. The rehearsals began the next day. All she had to do, along with 7 other girls, was to jump up and down and shout Jai Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman in a chorus. Finally, the big day arrived. The stage was all set and everybody were perfectly ready in their costume to perform on the stage. Just at that moment, a watchman arrived at the door of the dressing room and handed a note to the teacher, which said that Alka, who was going to play the role of Hanuman, was contracted measles and had a high temperature, so she won't be able to act in the play. This made the teacher really upset, and she just looked around the room. The teacher kept looking around in dismay and asked the author doubtfully if she could act as Hanuman. She was so overwhelmed and agreed confidently that even if she forgets, she can think up something else. The teacher told her that she is not supposed to do that. The teacher told her that she would prompt from behind the curtain, and all she had to do was to repeat loudly and confidently. The curtain went up and she was pushed on the stage with a loud music of drums. She was so nervous, her feet and hands were cold and numb. Her throat was dry. She forgot everything. Just then she realized that the teacher would prompt from the wing. She knelt down with hands folded and started repeating loudly. The teacher behind said, "You have forgotten to pin your tail." She repeated the same loudly. Rama hissed, "Shh, don't be silly. I'm not supposed to have a tail. You've forgotten yours." The author checked that her tail was missing and said loudly that she had forgotten to pin up a tail. The teacher whispered, "Jump, jump." Immediately the author also repeated loudly, "Jump, jump." The curtains came down to the sound of laughter. The teacher decided to cut short her role, but she had to be on the stage in the last act. The author was less nervous now and said her lines well. She showed Rama's ring to Sita to convince her that he was Rama's messenger. Sita said some beautiful lines about Rama's greatness and how much she missed him. She hid her face in her hands and began to weep. Suddenly, the author realized that the teacher was prompting while Sita kept sobbing. Since Sita was not saying anything, the author decided that it was her turn to speak. The teacher prompted, "My beauty is my bane. It is because of my beauty that the wicked Ravana wants to marry me." Immediately, the author repeated these lines grandly. "What?" said Sita, looking startled. The teacher whispered it was Sita's dialogue. This was a big blunder by the author. Everyone on the stage gave startled look at the author, but it was too late. Just then, everyone on the stage began shouting, "Maharaja is coming! Ravana the Great is here!" The author was struck dumb by the huge figure in 6-inch heels, with a shining sword in his hand. He said in a thunderous voice that made the author tremble. Ravana said, "Who is this puny creature who dares to intrude into my kingdom?" The author was supposed to answer that he was the son of Pavandev, the wind god, the worshipper of Rama, the immortal Hanuman. But seeing Ravana, the author screamed in terror, "Don't kill me, I am not Hanuman," and pulled off her mask as she spoke. By now, the audience was rolling with laughter, and the teacher came on the stage and dragged the author away in a rude way. Hope you all have enjoyed the lesson, children. This presentation was by Mrs. Annie D'Souza, Anandiketan Manigar campus. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe.